We're taking the tie rod loose so we can isolate the steering knuckle. And once we get that done, we'll see if it actually steers hard in here or if it's something in the tie rod ends. Pretty sure it's ball joints. Yeah, we need to replace tie rod ends too. The rubber is completely gone on those as well. Nuts off! Take that loose. They are super duper sticky. Not a lot of slack in them, but you can see, don't know how well you can see or not. Let me try to get you closer here. Enhance. You can see how bad that rubber is there in this ball joint. It's pretty much toast. Yeah, I think you can see how this rubber is pretty much completely gone here too. So we need tie rod ends and ball joints, and I think that'll help this front end out tremendously. Oh yeah. Yeah, this all looks pretty good in here. Get our 12 and take out our 4 bolts to hold the backing plate on. Rubber's still there. That's good. We're going to need this upper A arm off so we can actually get the ball joint out of it. So we need to remove this, these, that. Just a little bit of everything. All right, I want to start removing cotter pins, and I don't know how exciting that is to watch, but I will sometimes you can't get those off. You can just run the nut on through the cotter pin. And we're replacing this ball joint anyway, and it comes with a new nut, although it didn't damage the nut anyway. Everybody that's thinking, oh my gosh, well, that's the story. Turns out, that one was easier. Once it broke loose, it comes off pretty easy with nothing but my fingers. Just like that. Two kind of good whacks and one good whack, and she's off. Alrighty. I don't know that I have a ball joint press that's the right size to go in here and push this out. So we're going to go ahead and remove this and do it on the bench. It doesn't seem like a very fun idea, but that's what we're going to do. Nope. 14s all day long on that front end. All right, there's our A-arm. There's our ball joint. It's got holes in the rubber there. Same thing with the other one. It's just hammered as well. So we're going to replace both of those. Then we'll come back and do tie rod ends. See how close we can get those. See if we even have the right parts. Who knows? So let's see if we can just work up. Gary, what? I hope I'm not just completely blocking your view, but sometimes I just got to be where I got to be. All right, now we'll give that thing a little tappy tap and see if she moves. Did she move? She moved. All righty, now these things have two different size ball joints. The upper and lower are different sizes. So we'll see if this is the right size or not. My gosh, it might be. Oh, goodness me. All right, we have found the appropriate driver or a 36mm axle nut socket. Can't tell if it's straight or crooked. Everything going so crooked. It looks pretty straight. Tell you what, let's run this back in a bit. Just enough we might actually miss the top of the ball joint coming out. Put that back on there. There, and looks like we might, boy, I don't know if we're going to snap ring in or not. We might. This comes with a new snappy ring. And a nut, and a cotter pin. See that pop into the groove? That's excellent. One ball joint done. Now I think this one's going to be considerably tougher. Mostly because this piece doesn't have much girth to it, and it's going to want to wander around more on us. It would be nice to have the right size snap ring pliers though. Ooh, it did move. I was suspecting it didn't. I can't hit that. I'm just dinking up the edges. See if we can hold down hard enough to keep that in place. And it was so. Yeah, pretty much ruined that one too. Nope, I think that'll work. Now we'll lightly and most technically beat this in there. Now, if a guy had a press, that would be the proper way to do this, or even a ball joint press. But we don't have that. And this four-wheeler, she's seen a day or two better than today. Okay, we have successfully built a mouse trap here. She snapped in. Excellent. Now our outside one, it's already loose for us, so all we have to do is roll it off. But what we want to do is we want to count how many turns it takes to take it off, so we're at least close when we go back together. But you never thought there'd be 18 rounds of thread still in there. Now, these are the left-hand ones, so that's excellent. Let's see here. All right, 1, 2. That's about 18 of them. We won't know right for sure until we get the tires back on and get this thing on the ground and actually put some weight on it. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and pop this thing off there, and I think we're going to need yet another tool. Because that side works there, but we need something to hold that. And it's bigger. Now this one is right hand threaded. The other side is left hand. One, two, three, 4, 5. For those of you counting, I did go 15 instead of just 14. We are not locking these down because we don't know where we want them yet. So we'll pull the nut off and then we'll reinstall these. And this is the inner one here that I got in my hand because it come out of the inside. I know, a lot of this isn't rocket science. Alrighty, let's put our inner tie rod in. Boy, that's long. Must have been why they had a couple of washers stacked on, or at least one washer. Get our new nut. Yeah, that's gonna be borderline at best. There's another washer. Yep, I think that'll do it. I want to make sure that the hole in the tie rod lines up with the top of our castle nut. I mean, what good would it do otherwise? We'll set this one in place. It's 1 and a 2 and a 3. Now these are locking nuts, and you're not supposed to reuse these nuts. Now we'll go back later and torque all this to the proper torque spec. Yep, that has a lot of slack in it, but we can't fix everything all at once and stay under budget. What I do is I let them know there's a problem, and it's up to them whether they want to solve the problem. Because believe it or not, this is not my ATV. It's not my quad. Like a glove. There we go. Those two are done. Now this one, I think that's just in the looseness of the threads here. Yeah, now it's getting better. We need to find a washer for him because there's holes down here and the nuts up here. I'm not sure what's going on with these tie rod ends. It's just like they're not really made for this machine, so we just packaged them for it. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's how it is. All right, putting the brake backing plate back on. Now I did put some Loctite on those bolts, just a little bit up in the holes. And then we'll set our drum back on. Give her a little tap there and she slides right on. All right, one side done. As soon as that rolls a little bit, those brakes will straighten up. That's that. All we gotta do is do our tie rod ends, but we can't do that until we replace everything else.